I got a question for all the girls here. Would you object to your boyfriend going to the strip club when you're during the relationship? We'll go around the table.
Yes.
Like, why don't you trust him?
Cause like you go to
That's
the
kind of
strip club
insecure.
to see naked women.
That's kind of insecure, though.
And controlling.
No.
That's really controlling that you wouldn't let your boyfriend go
and
to
you're
the strip
tipping
club.
other women, like tip me. Like I'll strip for you, but like
Oh, but it's a boys' night out. Like he wants to hang out with his boys, like have fun, blow off some steam.
no.
Oh, okay.
I'd say as long as he's gonna stay loyal and he's not actually gonna do anything, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, that's fine.
Do your thing.
Okay. You be cool with him going to the strip club?
As being a retired stripper, I think it would be okay because when I danced, the last thing I wanted to do was be with those guys. I'm just here to get your
that's
money.
fair because I was going to make the point.
Go,
Yes.
please go.
I was going to make the point that the reality is, though, some of you might object to your boyfriend going to the strip club. The reality is his chances with the female strippers is pretty much close to infinity, whereas when you guys go out to bars and clubs, if you were so inclined to cheat, probably like 90% of the dudes in the club would fuck you. So that's the difference. Would and want to. You be cool with your boyfriend going to the strip club?
No, and I also think that it's a weird concept. The way
Just for fun.
I envision,
That's how the boys have fun.
The
Go to
way
the strip
I
club.
envision strip clubs in my mind is like a bunch of pathetic men getting together, going to the strip club, getting hard together, and then going home.
There was actually a lot of people having meetings there when I would work there.
Why do
Like
it? Why do you have to do it?
business
I know men are much more visual, like they value looks so much more and like that visual aesthetic and
I would
vibes
actually,
to life. But I just think it's cringy and pathetic, and I just
You know what's
wouldn't be-
cringy and pathetic? Women going out to bars and clubs and
But
parties.
we're talking about in relationships. Like you guys were saying, if I was in a relationship again, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to go out, and like I would respect him not wanting me to go out. So
Okay.
it's the same thing. If you're single, do what you want to do.
Sure.
I still think it's a little pathetic. But
You
yeah.
cool with the boyfriend going to the strip club? Into the mic, please.
I'm kind of half and half. I don't like the idea, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I don't see why he would do that if he has his own girl. But
Why go to the club if you got a man?
it's different.
How's it different?
It's different depending on the situation. Like recently I went to the club with my friend to celebrate her birthday. So it's like I wasn't there with the intentions of pursuing a man, if that makes sense.
Did you get approached when you went out?
I have before.
No, that specific night though. Did you get approached?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so.
What about you?
No, I would not. It's not even a trust thing. It's just it's a terrible environment.
Okay, Maddie. What about you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. What about this? What about your boyfriend paying for another girl's, or not another girl's, but a girl's OnlyFans while in a relationship with you? Would you object to that?
Yes.
I wouldn't date a guy like that.
I mean, it's just a subscription. It's just like
You'd be-
He's paying to see
Other-
another girl naked. Like porn is free.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even watching porn.
Yeah, porn's a
that's
terrible
bad.
option.
You know what I think?
wait,
is
is there no
horrible
like
for mental
free
health, too.
subscriptions?
No,
it doesn't.
no.
Just say it's.
It doesn't
20
really
bucks or
matter.
some
You're
shit.
paying to see some other woman.
Maybe not. Yeah,
naked.
maybe not to pay because it's like, come on, man, you can buy like
Not even
lunch
for
with
free. Not even for free.
It's human nature.
No, it's not.
I think
But
that
is your
Here, wait. Let's go around the table.
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
Would you be cool with your boyfriend paying for a girl's OnlyFans?
No.
No, but you can pay for mine.
I think your boyfriend should get that shit for free, but okay.
No, and I think it does
That's kind
have,
of controlling and insecure of you.
but there's like intentions behind that. Like we're saying, it's kind of like the same thing as watching porn. I don't think it's normal. I think it's become normal, and I think that it doesn't just impact relationships negatively. I think it impacts the people that are watching it negatively. For example, it gives you an overload of dopamine which makes you procrastinate the goals you actually want to get to.
And
the actions
going
you
to
wanna go
nightclubs, bars, and parties gives you an overload of those same exact chemicals because you're in a high energy, stimulating environment.
Thank you, Brian. Yes, I know.
And guys are hitting on you, and you're getting attention. No, but you're getting attention from other men, and men and women value different things. So men want sex, women want attention. So you're getting attention from men, whether you intend to sleep with them or not. So you're getting attention from these other men. You're getting validation from them. So
yeah, but
you should be getting that exclusively from your boyfriend.
Yes, we already talked about this.
Sure.
That's why if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to go out and I wouldn't go out. But anyways, I think again,
Okay.
It's also pathetic for a man to like follow OnlyFans or watch porn when he's in a relationship, because then what's the point of the relationship? You might as well be single. Like, that's a commitment. You're committing to a person to only sleep with them and see them in that sexual romantic light. Why do you need to see other women like that? Strip club, OnlyFans, porn.
Would you
Cheating,
can we pull up Nicole's Instagram profile? Would you be willing to make your Instagram private or take down certain revealing photos on your Instagram in a relationship? She's like, hell no.
I don't know. Again, I would need to think of that.
Wait, but it's okay. You would
Like, I would
not
need to
be.
talk to
would you
but-
would you have an issue with your boyfriend liking other women's Instagram photos and like following IG models?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but so
I
you
think
would be
that's cringy and
posting.
pathetic again.
But-
no, I would not. Honestly, I wouldn't. In
Well,
a
but
relationship.
you do have those kind of photos on your
Well,
Instagram.
am I in a relationship? And
No,
it's
but if you were, I'm asking if
I
you
don't
were in a relationship.
post those types of pictures anymore because again, I'm constantly like growing. But I know what you're talking about, and I don't really post pictures like that anymore. Like
No, but
bikini
you still
pictures.
have them up.
Okay, and that was like part of me. I'm still the same.
Right, but
person,
you
I'm
could
just, like,
you could
more-
archive them. You can make your
Yeah,
Instagram
I would.
private.
Yeah, if he wants me to. Yeah.
You'd be okay with that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I think it's little boy shit.
What's little boy shit?
Watching porn, like, why don't you go do that live action with your girlfriend? Like,
What if she doesn't want
Yeah, what
to?
if she doesn't want to?
Then I
Not
don't
the
know. I
right-
think sex is a
Dump
very
her.
important part of relationships.
Dump her.
And
I
if
think
he
that,
has to resort to porn, then like
Okay,
What?
wait, you say dump her. What if she's on her period?
Oh, that's
period
fine.
sex.
You're saying like if it's I was under the assumption you're talking like there's a prolonged period of time where your girlfriend doesn't want to have sex with you.
No, not like a prolonged period of time. Let's say you guys are just have normal sex, and then you go up to her. You want to have sex tonight?
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking if like there's prolonged periods of time where it's like a dead bedroom and you guys don't fuck anymore. If the
Well, yeah,
woman
there's-
wants to dump the man because he doesn't fuck her anymore, that's totally valid too.
Yeah.
So, do you have something?
I just had something to do, like, with the OnlyFans, right? You mentioned that, like, online content is, like, a big issue. But before, it did make it more readily available. But before there was online content, there were magazines. Before there were magazines, there were hotels. Before there were hotels, there were houses, there were brothels. It goes back. Right. So sex is a very natural thing for people. And I think it's completely healthy where if my partner, like if I don't want to have sex with my partner, they should be able to go wank off real quick, relieve whatever attention they have and get back to their day. It's their body. So I don't see why it would be wrong to have to watch something for it to happen because it's just so natural. I mean, even in the wild, like other animals will watch each other and jack off. So it's like...
What you're saying, you're kind of saying that porn has been seen in different sources over the history of time, but that doesn't change the fact that it's unhealthy, that men going to prostitutes, like prostitutes being prostitutes, brothels, magazines, that doesn't change the fact that it's still unhealthy in a form of excessive dopamine.
So this is true.
I agree with that.
This is true.
Thank you.
But at the same time, it could also create an issue. Because if you have like this unrealistic ideology, like let's say you're like, oh, I only want to have sex once a week. And your partner wants to have sex a little more often. And you're like, nope, once a week. And then you don't want them to be jacking off. You don't want them to be watching that stuff online, right? So then what
Dump
issue does
her.
that create for your
Exactly.
partner? They're stressed. They're tense all the time. They're probably thinking about cheating because they're so riled up. They haven't gotten anything. And the way that they are specifically, they want it. Right?
Wait, I have
So if
something
you're-
related to that. in that situation, who should be making the compromise? Or is that something that should be determined on a relationship by relationship basis? Should the woman try to compromise and be like, try to have more sex with the man? Should the man be like, well, okay.
Well, it should be distinguished like amongst both parties, you know? And if that's something that you feel like let's say you don't like your partner watching that stuff, I feel like that's something you should discuss really up front, because a lot of men, a lot of women, a lot of people, you know, are going to be watching stuff like that. And they're going to be doing stuff, especially if they're not having their needs met. You know what I'm saying?
I do have to move the conversation on a little bit. I actually have one last example here. Let's say you were married, had kids, and let's say you had 3 kids, and it was getting kind of stressful, and you wanted to hire a nanny. Would you have a preference, for example, maybe hiring an older nanny compared to like a hot 19-year-old nanny?
I'd say it depends who has more experience, because for all we know, the 90-year-old nanny might have only been a nanny for 2 years.
19-year-old.
The 19, you never know. She might have been a nanny from when she was 12, 13.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know, it just depends on the experience level.
I do think it would be the case that like a lot of wives would probably prefer maybe hiring the less attractive nanny than the like super hot nanny.
How would it go?
Do they not trust their husbands? Are they insecure? Or could it come down to there's temptation and there's opportunity and the means? So
I think in that situation, instead of worrying about who's hot, who's not, you should think about who has more qualifications to be watching your child. Like, if they're going to know what to do.
Equally qualified. Qualified.
Whoever I got to pay less.
You pay them the exact same. I'm not saying all women would choose this, but I think all things being equal, a lot of women might opt to hire the less attractive woman. Some might not care, but.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think there's a little bit less risk with like the older one, because I feel like maybe the younger one will be like on the phone and like, what if my baby like falls or something?
You have to assume in the scenario that they're going to take care of your child
and I feel like the older one will like be more wiser, like be able to teach me like little things like, oh, like you should wrap your baby like this, or just like more tricks. I feel like a 19-year-old won't know those types of things.